All right, here we go. Okay, the first stock that I picked out for Lil Man, which is my grandson. Y'all making this video for my daughter, showing her what stocks I'm picking and reasons why. Nvidia, right? Nvidia is big on graphic cards. K is my daughter. I call her K, y'all. All right, Nvidia is big on graphics cards, right? Big company. They go benefit off artificial intelligence, things of that sort. So when I look through some of these companies, when I look through some of this information, I have an idea what the company does, what it's going to pay out, so on and so forth, that kind of thing. But I'm gonna run through it with you right quick. All right, this is E-Trade, right? This is some information from E-Trade if you ever want to really dig deep into it. I go through some of these reports here and understand what the dividend payout is, which is here, which is not much. Option, what the analyst research is. I never really go by that. I have my own little measurement of when I enjoy a stock. But here's the analyst right now that's saying the stock is at $433 a share. If it's consistently be close to 600 within the next 12 months, 524 from 433, that would be a 20% upside if it gets to 500 within a year, 84% upside, which is here. And I definitely think it's gonna go a little bit past that, and I have my reasons for that. Never go by with nobody say I have my own reasons for thinking that. Right, so let's say it's land right in the middle of this. So we looking to get that $432 push and get invested in the company, but there's some other reasons other than just trying to flip the money because we're going to invest in this one long term. All right, this is Yahoo. If you wanted to look through that, one of the things right now they're saying that it's overvalued, meaning a lot of people in it, and it's driving the price up, I guess, to some degree. That's why it was so high. I had a big jump. You can also read up on it. Here's some of the earnings reports. They've been doing pretty well, and things of that sort. All right. Now this is a website that I use to look over certain stocks and things like that. Good for a subscription. This is Simply Wall Street. Kind of breaks down all the little main characteristics of the company, what it does, how the finances are, things like that, and then how much of the profit that the companies has to pay the shareholders. Right, that's a big thing, because you hear a lot in today's world where it was like the shareholders, company works for the shareholders. They don't work for the people. Walmart do not work for its employees. Its employees work for the Walmart and the shareholders. So we're going to make sure we some shareholders. It's pretty much thing. Now, this is a good little area. It's called Simple Wall Street if you ever get some time. Like they're saying it's a little overvalued, which it is to a degree. That's one thing. But listen to what this is tip ranks. Real good site, right? And they just give you a little view, overall view, and they do some pretty good picks too. I'm gonna put the link in the chat for y'all. And this is what their view is on Nvidia stock.
And last but certainly not least, we are left with Nvidia. Their stock trades under the ticker NVDA and is currently priced above $400 per share, which is huge when you look at their 52-week range low.
Now this video is also, this was 2 months ago. So this video is 2 months ago. It's changed and they probably made another video, but this is what they were looking at 2 months ago. Now it's at the 433. So keep that in mind. Always, when it comes to stocks especially, look at how long it was, it was ago, so because things definitely change.
Of $108. Now their stock is up 7% in the last 5 days and up 75% in the last few months. And we can see they took a big jump up here near the end of May. That growth was kicked off by their earnings report, where they did come out with an earnings beat. But more importantly, they came out with some optimistic outlook on AI demand. For their Q1, they were...
Now, with artificial intelligence, you're going to definitely have some of that kicked in, right? Because because everything is going to go to AI. Let me skip through this right quick. So they're saying that, you know, when these things, as all of it, artificial intelligence build, and they pretty much control everything, K. You know, everything from the graphics card to your game, this flat screen I'm on right here, right now, that has an Nvidia chip in it. The 34-inch screen TV, that has an Nvidia chip. If you look right here, right, those chips are better for processing and stuff like that. So those chips are gonna be in everything, right? Oh, let me get back to this.
Last few weeks. Nvidia is currently dominating the market for graphics processing units, and GPUs are the go-to source for the massive computing power needed to run generative AI systems. The company has come out with a ton of announcements lately, including their Nvidia DG $150, which would be an 11% upside from current prices. Many analysts weighing in the last couple of weeks here as well. We only have one hold rating recently with a downside of 11%. Many of those upsides are up in the 20% range.
So what this is showing you is that some of the analysts think that it's going to go up 24% by their standards. But, you know, here's one that says it's a 48% upside, 49% upside, meaning percent of your money or percent of your investment going up. So, but I'm gonna explain that more to you.
Some of them even close to 50%. A lot of analysts weighing in here in the past month, so plenty of five-star analysts coming.
And all of these are buy ratings from these analysts, you know, and you can be an analyst just as much as anybody else can when you do your own research on the company and stuff. It's not that big of a deal, but it's good. It's more of a feel-good thing to know that somebody agreeing with you. All right. Now here's CNBC television. Now they do a good job on reporting. I don't listen to companies and stations that tell you what stock to buy. Just the ones that kind of report exactly what's going on. That's all I need to know is the news. I don't need to, you know, because some of these people try to sway you to buy the stock because they got the stock. We did our own thing. All right.
Their business is going to be up 110% plus year over year in the July quarter. Microsoft, which artificial intelligence.
I believe that their business going to go up 110% with the artificial intelligence. I can believe that. And this is the chart, right? Now, this is January. It was about a little bit over $150, about $130 a share. Went up to 400 or something. Can it push to 800 in the next year? And we don't know if anything beyond that, but we want to try to get in right now. And that's why we're going to start with Nvidia, and that's going to be tech stock for artificial intelligence. And then there's also another company called AMD, which is right along with Nvidia.
Their business is going to be up 110% plus year over year in the July quarter. Microsoft, which is arguably the second biggest company focused on AI in investors' view, is up 10%. And so this is apples and oranges when it comes to leadership in AI. I do want to answer your question. You talked about valuation. This seems to be a head scratcher given it's up 3x this year. But as you said, the numbers have come up. Right now, it's trading at about 35 times next year's earnings.
Right. See, that's a real kind of overvalued, but it's a powerful stock, powerful brand, powerful company, and it's going to be a hell of a demand for it. And you know, artificial intelligence is going to be everything from our kitchens all the way to our damn vehicles. You know.
August, as you talked about, Microsoft down 10%.
Now, this is one of the big dogs at Nvidia, right? And this is just a little take on CNBC, right? They do a lot of information do a good job on researching companies. So this is their take on it.
Of the majority of workers and nearly going bankrupt to do it, Nvidia released what it claims was the world's first official GPU, the GeForce 256. It was the first programmable graphics card that allowed custom shading and lighting effects.
Right. See, that was big. The illumination of Nvidia 2014 and then in 92.
256. It was the first programmable graphics card that allowed custom shading and lighting effects.
Now think how you're going to need Nvidia for the best filters are probably used, through different Nvidia's graphic cards. So they're going to be a whole lot with that.
By 2000, Nvidia was the exclusive graphics provider for Microsoft's first Xbox.
Microsoft and the Xbox happened at exactly the time.
So Nvidia and Microsoft are doing well together. They've been rolling for a good minute. So that's a big, one of your big persons that, big companies that's going to use those products.
That we invented this thing called a programmable shader, and it defines how computer graphics is done today.
Nvidia.
Nope. Let's see what it is.
Nvidia went public in 1999, and its stock stayed largely flat.
Graphics is done today.
Now,
The exclusive graphics provider for Microsoft's first Xbox.
Microsoft and the Xbox happened at exactly how computer graphics.
What he has in his hand right there, that's a graphics card. Now we're about to, I have the all-in-one computer here, right? So the all-in-one does well, but I'm gonna get the graphics card. I'm gonna build a whole separate computer, because I'm gonna need the graphic card, especially for graphics card for editing stuff like that.
This is done today.
Nvidia went public in 1999, and its stock stayed largely flat until demand went through the roof during the pandemic. In 2006, it released a software toolkit called CUDA that would eventually propel it to the center of the AI boom. It's essentially a computing platform and programming model that changes how NVIDIA GPUs work from serial to parallel compute.
Parallel computing is, let me take a task and attack it all at the same time using much smaller machines, right? So it's the difference between having an army where you have one giant soldier who's able to do things very well, but one at a time, versus an army of thousands of soldiers who are able to take that problem, right, and do it in parallel.
Right, should be easier for drones, stuff like that, whatever you need to coordinate, robots, things. So the NVIDIA chip is going to be important for that kind of communication with other, as you can see on here, soldiers.
Cut the cable with Verizon Home Internet and cut your internet bill.
We also like Verizon too, just as a commercial. All right.
Yes, I think the safeguards that we're building as an industry about how AI is going to be used are extraordinarily important. We're trying to find ways of authenticating content so that we can know if a video was actually created in the real world or virtually, similarly for text and audio.
So it's going to get to the point you want everybody to tell if something's in the real world or not.
Like the kind that's used at Amazon.
That's right.
Amazon and others use NVIDIA to power robots in their warehouses and to create digital twins of the massive spaces and run simulation to optimize the flow of millions of packages each day. Driving units like these in NVIDIA's robotics lab are powered by the Tegra chips that were once a flop in mobile phones. Now they're used to power the world's biggest e-commerce operations. NVIDIA's Tegra chips were also used in Tesla Model 3s from 2016 to 2019.
That's big. Now, if they're using them in the cars, just like I said, it's going to be a big part of life. Anything that's electronic, probably going to have, top-notch NVIDIA chip. AMD is a very, very good, graphics card and everything, but they're far behind NVIDIA.
Now Tesla uses its own chips, but NVIDIA is making autonomous driving tech for other car makers like Mercedes-Benz.
So we call it NVIDIA Drive.
Right. Now they at the high-end vehicles. That's important.
Now Tesla uses its own chips, but NVIDIA is making autonomous driving tech for other car makers like Mercedes-Benz.
So we call it NVIDIA Drive, and basically NVIDIA Drive's a scalable platform, whether you want to use it for simple ADAS, assisted driving, for your emergency braking warning, pre-collision warning, or just keeping, holding the lane for cruise control, all the way up to a robotaxi where it is doing everything, driving anywhere, in any condition, any type of weather.
NVIDIA is also trying to compete in a totally different arena, releasing its own data center CPU, Grace.
What do you say to gamers who...
Now, first of all, remember, graphics cards usually for gamers, and that's a big deal. So
wish you had kept focus entirely on the core business of gaming?
Well, if not for all of our work in physics simulation.
Now that gives you an idea of the reasons why I pick NVIDIA, what NVIDIA is about. Graphic card, long-term investment for Lil Man, and the number one reason that we want to get that we want to get it, and why we got it at this time, is you could pick a good stock, but hold on one sec. But you really want to get the timing down. So pulling up a chart, I'll give you an idea. I'm trying to get my chart over there. All right, hold on one second. I'm going to do it like this then. Well, I'll just use another chart. Give me 1 second. All right. I was trying to pull my chart up to show you the chart. All right, this is what we're looking at on the chart. I got a better chart to show you, but I had to learn how to move it to the next screen while I'm doing this. What we're looking at on the chart, I'm going to pull up the large chart. What we're looking at on the chart is how the stock went up over a period of time. That's not a good chart. Let me show you another chart. One more second. All right, well, we'll do it like this. Let's make the chart separate. So I'll make a little separate video showing you the chart. For some reason I cannot change this screen. Alright, there we go. There's the chart. Sorry about the wait. Alright, now we're not looking at just the fact that it's, you know, it's a good product. We're also looking at the chart. The chart is 75% of when you want to enter, you know, a stock trade. When you look at a chart right here, doesn't look that appealing with Nvidia. And I have it under little man accounts. It's the first one, the first stock we brought. So you saw it fluctuate and drop down and come on back up a little bit inside the side. But what we're looking at is a long-term thing. See, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at over a period of time, and this is the beginning of 2023. This is the new year right here, that line. So we're looking at that. It more than doubled. It was 100 and something. It was about $120, $130, and it went up to 400. So we're looking over a long period of time. We're looking over a good period of time, or like in one of these videos, of this steady consistency of whatever percentage this is. Right above that red line, this is what they call a 60-day moving average, right? The second line is a 120-day moving average, and then the third line is a 200-day moving average. I'll explain what that is a little later. All right, long as this stock stays above this, I'm really not concerned about the fluctuation up and down in here, which is what you've been seeing when in the Google thing, right? When you buy stocks, people start freaking out when they start seeing the money fluctuate up and down, but that doesn't mean that you necessarily have a bad investment. That's just how it looks. So all of this up in here, up and down, got in at 47 and then went down to 400 and stuff like that. We're not worrying about that. We're looking at long-term consistency over some years, right? And then as we're doing that, while it's fluctuating here, we're going to add some more money into it, looking forward to actually hit some of those projections, my projection, and some of the, you know, some of those analyst projections, then get up to the 500, maybe the 800 mark over a period of time. Now they're saying that it's going to get up to about 550. I think it's going to get up to about 600-700 over the next year. We'll see. But right here, as long as we're good, as long as this stock does not touch my 200-day yellow line moving average, I'm really not concerned about it. You know, and right here, down here, these are the earnings dates and dividends. Every quarter, this company pays dividends. Dividends, not much, 0.04. But, you know, you're looking for the growth and long-term investment with this one in tech, right? They also have an earnings coming up on the 23rd. So keep an eye on the stock, and I'm going to come back with you, and we're going to see what the stock price did with the earnings. I think it's going to be a nice little boost. So that is definitely how we're going to play the Nvidia. Now, while it's doing all this, we want to get as much money in Nvidia, at least for this particular stock, in our budget, or just to get them started, about $500 worth in Nvidia. Or for some people, friends that are listening, if you got $1,000, whatever amount you have, you can build on it, and that'll be one of your stocks. So the next stock I'll go through and go add to Lil Man's portfolio. All right, and that's just how I'll go roll with it.